Hello everyone, my name is Janet Parks with Janet's Personalized Solutions for Sellers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I help network marketers build a sustainable business online using simple strategies. And today we're gonna show you how to play the M.A.S.H booking game. Super fun, nostalgic game that we used to play as kids. If you're interested in learning how to play and book some parties, stay tuned. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need the M.A.S.H worksheet along with the instructions that are written in case you need that. In the description below, click on the link. That way you can download it and print it out. The next thing you're gonna need are envelopes because we're gonna be doing 4 booking prizes. So I'm gonna be doing 4 envelopes. And then the last thing you're gonna need is a hostess with some party guests because this ain't gonna work unless you got the people to play the game with, right? Okay, so if you've never played M.A.S.H before, let me just walk you through that. This is an old game that we played as kids growing up. Not everyone played it, I'm aware, but I'm gonna walk you through how simple this is. So what it is you've got M.A.S.H for M.A.S.H, right? This is basically like your fortune teller. So this was supposed to be our predictor of where we would end up in life. What house, or if we lived in a house or in a mansion, an apartment, or in a shack, or also, we would figure out who would we end up marrying, what job we would have, what pet we would have, and what kind of car we would drive. So this was definitely our fortune teller. So how do you convert that into a fun booking game, you ask? I will explain that to you now. Let's go through how to play the game. Okay, so in your live party, this is what you're gonna wanna do. You wanna make sure that your guests have a copy of this. Super easy, you can just post a picture of it or email it out to your guests. Have them print it out and show up to the live. That way they have access and they can go through and play along with you. You also want to have a copy of this blank because you're going to be going through and filling it out live. The point of the game is for your guests to end up with mansion. That is the goal. The person that ends up with mansion gets to be the person that picks the first envelope. They get the first opportunity to win the grand prize, which is going to be in one of these envelopes. So that's why you want that first person to end up with mansion because they get their first choice out of all the 4 of the envelopes and they could be the one that wins the grand prize. So before we go into the how to play, let's talk about prizes really fast. So when it comes to booking parties, you're gonna wanna come up with 4 booking prizes. One of them being the grand prize. So something just a little bit more valuable than the other 3. Once you have these prizes chosen, make sure that you fill them out on a little piece of paper or an index card and put them into your envelopes. At the end of the game, you're gonna be actually announcing them live and what these people actually won. Okay, so here's how you're gonna play the game. You're gonna be live with your worksheet. Your guests are gonna be on the live with you with the worksheet, and you're just gonna walk them through how to play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna play a super fun game called M.A.S.H, and I'm gonna walk you through how this works. So, all together, you guys are gonna be going through your little boxes, and you're gonna be putting in your choices as far as who you would want in a spouse, right? So the first 3 options out of each category, you're gonna fill out your first choices. So for example, if I go through spouse, I'll put like Brad Pitt or like Orlando Bloom or Justin Timberlake. Same thing with job. What 3 jobs you would want, right? Maybe you wanna be a CEO, or maybe you want to be a fisherman, or maybe you wanna be a traveler. Whatever it is, make sure the first 3 options out of each category are filled out with your choices. The last option, which is option 4, is going to be the least favorite option. So that's going to be something like, like as far as spouse goes, a turtle. I don't want to marry a turtle, right? I'll just put a turtle, for example. You're gonna be doing that in every single category. Number 4 is gonna be your worst option. Once your worksheet is filled out, make sure as a consultant, you also fill yours out along with your guests. You're gonna go through and have them draw a spiral at the bottom of the paper. This is why it's super important to have your hostess on live with you, because she's gonna be the person that tells everybody to stop drawing. So this is what I mean. What you're gonna say on your live is you're gonna tell people, go ahead and start drawing your spiral. And when the hostess comments on the live, stop, you're gonna stop drawing the spiral. This is my filled out worksheet. Put actual words in there, like try. So here is my spiral here at the bottom, okay? So like I said, have your guests go ahead and start drawing their spiral, and your hostess, when she says stop, that's when they stop drawing their spiral. Then after this, you're gonna have your guests count the number of lines that are in their spiral. That's gonna be their number. So for me, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 lines in my spiral. Then once you have everybody fill that out, I would encourage engagement throughout your live as much as possible. So engage with them as much as you can. So like when you start out your live, make sure you ask, hey, who's ever played this game before? If you have, comment below. If you haven't, comment, with this emoji, right? So once the spiral has been drawn on the M.A.S.H sheet, now we're going to start counting. So starting with the letters of M.A.S.H, you're going to count, and you're gonna strike out the number option that they ended up with. So here's an example. I ended up with 7 lines. So I'm gonna start with M.A.S.H, and I'm gonna count 7, and I'm going to mark out the 7th option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number 3 is marked off. Then you're gonna just continue doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're gonna end up back at M.A.S.H, and you're gonna cross off whatever one it lands on based on the number. So some people might automatically disqualify themselves because they end up slashing M. And yes, some of your guests are gonna end up slashing mansion. So at the end, once your guests get done slashing all of their options and their letters, they're gonna end up with 1 in each category that's unslashed and 1 letter up here that's unslashed. So here is where the magic happens. So at the end of the game, everyone should have already filled out their worksheets and slashed out those options, and they should all be left with 1 letter. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna let everybody know whoever ended up with mansion gets to be the first person who chooses a prize. Okay, so at the end of the game, your worksheets are already filled out and everyone should have been left with 1 letter. Remember, everyone, your goal was to end up with mansion because you guys get to be going first to get an opportunity to win one of these envelopes. So if you ended up with mansion, I'm talking to you guys. The first person to comment with the letter M in the comments gets to choose the first envelope. Ready, set, go. So the first person that actually ends up commenting with the letter M, they get to choose the envelope. So once M chooses an envelope, you want to make sure you show them live so that she sees all the numbers. She chooses an envelope. It is now out of the equation. She's had her first opportunity to win that grand prize. Then you want to just keep going down the letters. Okay, guys, now we're going to talk to A's. If you ended up with the letter A, I'm talking to you guys now. Comment below with the letter A, and you get to choose the second prize. They have to be the first person to comment with the letter A. Ready, set, go. So then when they comment with the letter A, choose that first person who commented with that letter A, and she gets to choose the second prize. And then you do the same thing with S and do the same thing with H until you are out of envelopes. Then you're gonna go through and reveal the prizes. Congratulations to our 4 winners, Tommy, Bobby, Jilly, and Billy Bob. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal your prizes. who's gonna win the grand prize. Then you're just gonna open them one by one and reveal what each person won. Then you wanna make sure that you announce to your hostess that because 4 people have chosen their envelopes, she is going to get an additional hostess gift in her hostess order. And there you go, you end up with 4 bookings. That easy, guys. Then the most important thing that you wanna remember here is after your live game, you wanna make sure that you follow up with these people. Confirm their gift and also try to make sure that you get that booking date immediately. Once they secure their booking date, they secure their prize. And that's it, guys. That is all there is to it. Super simple, super fun, it's nostalgic, it's different, it's refreshing, and I guarantee you that you're going to have a ton of fun playing. Want a copy of that M.A.S.H worksheet? Again, right there's a link in the description. If this was valuable, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification for when I post a video or go live, you'll get notified. And make sure to join our free community here in the description below. See you guys later.